You feel it, don't you? That strange tightening in your chest when the world finally grows quiet, when a noise fades, and you're left with nothing but your own thoughts. It's in those moments, late at night, driving alone, staring blankly at the ceiling, when something inside you whispers, asterisk, pay attention. Asterisk, you try to brush it off. You open your phone, turn up the volume, scroll until the feeling disappears. But it always comes back. That restlessness, that knowing. You think it's random. It's not. Someone has been trying to reach you. For days, for months, maybe for years. And if you've made it here, if these words have found you, it's not by accident. Because the message you've been avoiding, the one you've drowned in distraction, is the very thing you've needed to hear all along. This isn't about superstition. It's not about fortune-telling or fate in the cheap, commercial sense. This is about the truth you've been running from. The truth that someone you love, someone who shaped the very fabric of who you are, has been aching to tell you. And yes, I mean your mother. Maybe she passed years ago. Maybe you never got the chance to say goodbye. Maybe your last words were messy, unfinished, raw. Or maybe she's still alive, but gone in all the ways that matter. Unreachable, distant, swallowed by the silence between you. The grief is the same. And deep down, you know it. You see, there's a kind of grief that's sharper than death. The grief of knowing there are things you needed to hear, but never will. A certain phrase, a certain apology, or just the quiet safety of being told, asterisk, I'm proud of you. Asterisk, but here's the truth, the thing you don't want to admit. You've been ignoring her voice, not because you can't hear it, but because you're afraid of what it might ask of you. Plato once wrote that the soul remembers truths it knew before it was born. He called it anamnesis, the act of remembering what was already inside you. And maybe this is why the thought of your mother stirs something ancient in you. She isn't just a person in your past. She's the archetype of nurture, of safety, of unconditional love. And her absence has left a hunger you've been trying to fill in every possible way, except the one that matters. You've buried yourself in achievements, hoping the world's applause would sound like her voice. You've chased relationships that felt like home, only to realize you were really searching for the way she used to hold you. And in the dark, when you're honest with yourself, you know it's never been about the job, the money, the recognition. It's about that one person whose approval felt like sunlight on your skin. But here's the uncomfortable part. She has been speaking to you, not in some paranormal cliche, but in the choices you regret, in the way you freeze when someone raises their voice, in the reason you keep sabotaging the good things in your life. Her absence, or her presence, has been shaping you this whole time. And what she's been trying to tell you is this. You are still living your life as if you're waiting for her permission. It's why you hesitate before making big decisions. Why you downplay your accomplishments. Why you still, deep down, feel like a child playing dress-up in the clothes of adulthood. You've been subconsciously waiting for her to say, asterisk, it's okay now. You can go. You can live. Asterisk. But the truth is, she's not coming back to say it. And if you keep waiting, you'll waste your life standing in a doorway that no one's going to open. History is full of people who lived in the shadow of their parents long after they were gone. Alexander the Great carried his mother Olympia's influence like a sword and a wound. Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophy is full of the echoes of his deeply religious, overbearing upbringing, a tension he never fully escaped. And countless others have spent decades either trying to please their parents' ghosts or rebelling against them, not realizing that rebellion is just another form of bondage. You think you're free because she's gone. You're not. Freedom only comes when you stop living for the approval of someone who can't give it anymore. And here's where the twist comes in. The part that will either set you free or haunt you forever. She never needed to give you that approval. You've been searching for words that were already written into your being the moment you were born. You've been waiting for a blessing you already carry. The love you're trying to reclaim isn't something she could give or take away. It's the thing that made you. You don't need to prove yourself to her memory. You need to live in a way that proves something to yourself. Archangel Michael, whether you see him as a literal being or a symbol, represents protection, truth, and the courage to step into your own life. And right now, you need that courage more than ever. Because here's the danger. If you don't confront this, you'll keep living small. You'll keep settling. You'll keep letting the fear of disappointing a ghost dictate every choice you make. And one day, you'll look in the mirror and realize you've become the parent you were afraid of. So here's what you need to do right now. Stop waiting. Stop seeking her voice in the faces of strangers, in the validation of lovers, in the applause of crowds. Look in the mirror. See the person she raised, whether she meant to or not. See the resilience, the stubborn will to survive, the capacity to love, even when it's hard. And say the words you've been waiting to hear. Asterisk, I'm proud of you. I trust you. I love you. Asterisk. Say it until it sinks in. Say it until her absence doesn't ache like an open wound. Say it until you can walk into the world without looking over your shoulder, waiting for a voice that isn't coming. If she could speak to you now, if the veil between the living and the dead were to lift just for a moment, maybe she wouldn't give you some grand revelation. Maybe she'd just look at you, see the weight you've been carrying, and say the simplest thing. Asterisk, you were always enough. Asterisk, the question is, will you believe it? Because the second you do, you'll realize she's been telling you all along. You just weren't listening, and now you are.